Good. We've got Missouri head coach Eli Drinkwitz. If you have a question, please use the raise hand function. Go ahead, Mitchell 40.
Eli, I know I'm sure not the night you wanted from the run defense. What did you see? Was there any specific issue with the defensive front, or was it just a matter of a few different things? Or what did you see there?
We got our butt whipped up front and weren't able to stop the run. I mean, until I watched the film, I'm not sure exactly what happened.
And Eric Blum.
Coach, what do you think about Connor's performance tonight? Just looking at how he played, and I know he got the interception right at the beginning, but just overall, what do you think about his game?
I mean, he did enough to keep us in the game. Obviously, I wish we had the interception back. It was a bad play call. I thought he did a nice job managing, some of the aggressiveness we took down the field, and he took check downs. He did a nice job managing it with the feet, but at the end of the day, it wasn't good enough. We had a chance, to drive it down and win the game. We didn't get it done, and I didn't give him a good enough play call.
Andrew Kaufman.
Coach, just what you think of the way your team kept? It seemed like you made the plays when you needed to make the play. I know you didn't end up winning the game, but
yeah,
you kind of blocked
I'm proud of my football team. Really freaking proud of them. I mean, they fought their butt off in a hostile crowd, down. Didn't start the game the way we wanted to. The second half didn't start the way we wanted to. They freaking fought their butt off, blocked a field goal, and gave us a chance to win the game. We didn't get it done, but there's no reason to hang our heads. There's no reason to panic. Anybody needs to panic or jump on Twitter and go crazy. Like, relax. It's week 2 on the road night SEC football game versus a good opponent. We had a chance to win. We didn't get it done. We'll go back to work tomorrow, and we'll go to fixing it. And that's what we're going to do. A lot of football season left. Whole heck of a lot of football season left. And I tell you what, I saw a bunch of fighters in that locker room. A bunch of friggin' fighters on the sideline. And that's a football team that's going to continue to improve and get better. They're going to fight to improve and get better. I don't know how many games we're going to win, but I know we're going to fight.
Dave Matter.
Hey, Eli, I know it's hard to get big plays against this Kentucky defense, but tonight you really had to have kind of a controlled passing game. The tight ends were more involved, I guess. What do you think of the way that you had to methodically move the ball up and down the field to have a chance?
Yeah, I mean, Kentucky, if they get a lead, that's how they play defense. They don't have to be aggressive. They can keep everything in front of them, and that's what we were prepared for, and it's how the game was dictated.
Benjamin Hodgman.
Hey, Eli, you mentioned the battle up front, but just in general, can you describe what Kentucky was doing offensively that maybe not threw you guys for a loop, but was difficult for you guys to contain?
I mean, they got out on the pin and pull on the first half. They got out on a jet sweep in the first half. Then they were running inside zone. We weren't able to pound the A gap. We were trying to spike the end across the tight end's face. We weren't getting it done. So, I mean, we had all kinds of issues.
Mitchell 40.
It looked like Connor was hurting on those last few plays. Was there any conversation with him about potentially pulling him out of the game?
I mean, he got hit. It's SEC football. He's going to be sore. No, he's fine. He'll be sore tomorrow. But more importantly, we'll be pissed off because we lost.
Mason Arneson.
Hey, Coach, Kentucky converted all of its third downs in the first half, but your defense turned things around in the second half to force some punts. What was the defense doing in the second half that they didn't do in those first half scenarios?
I mean, in the first half, we had a couple of times where we didn't get the TE stunt, where the tackle didn't keep contained. That was the first third down of the second third down, second drive. Didn't play zone coverage very well when we mixed it in. They hit the end cut, which is their number one pass concept on third down. I mean, we didn't do very much of anything right.
Andrew Kaufman.
Coach, it was your first road SEC game with a full crowd. Just what did you think of the atmosphere and just the action?
Yeah, I mean, it was a road game. It was whatever.
Eric Blum.
Eli, was there any concern ever to get the tight ends more involved? I know you mentioned it previously, but Daniel Parker hadn't had a multi-touchdown game in his career, and he had 2 tonight. Did you want to get him more involved as well?
We just call plays, man. We're just calling plays. If it's a good play, we call it, and if it goes to the tight end, it goes to the tight end. I think both of them had options to go other places. The quarterback does a nice job of getting it to the guy who was open. I mean, we're not sitting around trying to get Daniel Parker touchdowns. We're calling football plays. So if it happens to work out, great. He answered the bell when his call was ready, ran a great route, that first one. Second one, he was on the shovel, but we had a two-way go on it, and it worked out perfect. But I'm not worried about, who gets it. I'm worried about winning football games.
Dave Matter?
Eli, you made a good point about how this is just second game of the year and you don't want anyone to panic. Is that something you sense this team will handle well? Probably more attention for the fans, but is that a good reminder for everyone?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good reminder for myself. I mean, it's just it's one football game of 12. We fought our butt off. We played hard. We had an opportunity. We didn't get it done. But there's a lot of season left and a lot of fight left in this football team, and that's what I like to see. I mean, they could have easily, in the first half, didn't stop them a single time on third down. They could have easily tucked their tail, and they didn't. They didn't do that. Our team didn't do that. We kept fighting, so that's a good sign. We got to get a lot of things fixed, and we got to do it in a hurry. But we're fighting.
And a final question from Benjamin Hodgman.
Along the lines of just one game and taking positives looking forward, can you describe the toughness you saw from Tyler Beatty in the second efforts and how that can help your team in general?
He's a hell of a football player. I mean, the dude is playing his butt off. He doesn't get very many breaks. He's a factor in both the run game and the pass game, and has to run a lot of routes, a lot of yardage. I mean, he's a really good football player, and we need him to continue to be in order for our offense to have any chance at success.
Thanks, guys. We'll be right back with players. Put that on you. Got safety Martez Manuel. If you have questions, please use the raise hand function. Go ahead, Mitchell 40.
Hey, Martez, Kentucky ran for 340 yards. I guess just what kind of went into some of the issues that led to that?
I mean, people just not executing, people not in the right gaps. That's about it. I feel like we did pretty well tackling today. It was just execution and gap integrity wasn't there. I think so. That would be my answer to that.
Eric Blum.
Hey, Martez, it was about the third quarter when you guys had back-to-back drives where you made Kentucky punt. Was there anything you changed in there that got those results for you?
No, we just didn't start fast, Then we found our rhythm, but, we put our offense in a bind. We didn't step up in the biggest moments that we needed to, and that's something that, as a captain, I need to go back and see how I can improve on that in the season. It's week 2, so hopefully we will get it fixed.
Andrew Kaufman.
Martez, what did you think of the way your team battled back time after time in this one, especially right at the end of the first half?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot to me just to see the guys fight, on the road. It's a tough place to fight. Just wish we could have done more.
And Mike Reeves.
Martez, did they do anything at all different than that you might have expected or seen on film coming in?
No, just like I said, we didn't start fast. We didn't execute early, and then you look up and it's 14-0, and offense got us back in the game multiple times. Defense didn't step up, and let it slip away. So, yeah.
And a final question from Mitchell 40.
Martez, how important were the 2 takeaways from JC just to keep you all in the game?
Super important, He's really stepping into his role, and he's becoming a great player for our defense. A lot of fun to play next to him. Yeah, nothing but positive things to say about JC.
Thanks. We'll be right back with Case Cook, our final player.
Thank you.
Got quarterback Connor Bazelak. If you have questions, please use the raise hand function. Andrew Kaufman.
Hey, Connor, just what did you think of the way you guys continued to battle back when you guys were down multiple touchdowns and you never were out of it until the last play?
Yeah, I'm really proud of this team and everyone, just the way they competed and kept taking the punches they were throwing. You know, we fought back and threw punches back, so I'm proud of how we competed, and we didn't let up. We didn't give up when we were down 2 touchdowns. We kept competing, and I'm proud of that.
Mitchell 40.
Connor, I know last week third downs was a big emphasis. You all were able to sustain a lot more drives tonight. What went into that?
Well, we weren't in 3rd and 13s, so last week we were at 3rd and 13s. Those are pretty difficult to convert. So, you know, I think also I used my feet on, I think, 2. So just got to do that more, and yeah.
Eric Blum.
So Connor, what did you think you learned about your team that you can use the rest of the season going forward?
I think we're gonna compete no matter what, and we're gonna be in the game no matter what. No matter what the score is, we're gonna keep fighting and competing, and that's who this team is. We're not gonna quit.
Dave Matter.
Connor, the one interception, did you not see the linebacker very clearly there? Were you just trying to finesse it over him?
Yeah, I mean our ground game wasn't working. You know, the play action didn't the backer didn't bite on it. He made a really nice play on it. Should just hit check down like I was doing all day, but you know, you learn from those things, and we responded super well after they went down and scored. We responded super well, and I think that's a good thing.
Benjamin Hodgman.
Hey Connor, just wanted to ask you a little more about the final drive, and just can you describe what it was like with the team, what it was like with the intensity and the hit, and just trying to make it happen?
Yeah, I think it was just another drive. That's kind of what we preach. There's no big drives. There's no little drives. They're just drives. You know, obviously, considering the situation, we had to go down and score a touchdown. But I think you just play one play at a time. Try to do your job. I think on the 3rd down sack, they disguised the blitz pretty well. Well, they didn't really pressure. They didn't blitz, but they disguised the linebacker blitz off the edge, and so we'll get that cleaned up, and yeah.
Mitchell 40.
It looked like you were hurting a little bit those last few plays. Were you limited at all, just from the throws you could make, or just sore?
I'm fine. Took a little hit in the first quarter, but it's fine. It's just kind of started nagging me in the 4th, but I'll be all good for next week.
Mike Reeves.
Connor, if somebody used the term moral victory in a game like that, is that offensive to you? Does that bother you? Is that a good term? How would you view it?
I don't think there's any way you can say. I don't like the word victory when you just lost a game, but like I said earlier, I'm proud of this team and how we fought and competed and took the punches they were throwing, and like I said, we didn't quit, and yeah.
And a final question from Andrew Kaufman.
Connor, just what was Coach Drinkwitz's message to you guys just now in the locker room?
I was not in there yet. Sorry.
Be right back with more players.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Got senior offensive lineman Case Cook. If you have a question, please use the raise hand function. Andrew Kaufman.
Hey Case, just overall, what did you think of the way you guys were able to constantly battle back in this one?
It's fine. We didn't do a good enough job. We didn't win the game, so I don't think we're like into moral victories or whatever. But our objective every time we step on the field is to win, and whether or not we battle or put up a good fight doesn't really make a difference unless we win the game.
And Benjamin Hodgman.
Hey, Case, when you entered this game, you know you're going up against an SEC opponent that's arguably similar to you. So can you describe the frustration with unable to come out on top against a team like that? Was that a mentality?
Yeah, so, we really wanted to win this game, wanted to win it pretty bad, and we knew they were a good team coming in, and I don't think we started fast enough on offense, so it took us a while to try to recover, and so at the end of the day, we weren't good enough, so we got to go back to the drawing board and watch the film and get better for next week.
Eric Blum?
In case I was going to ask you about that start, how much of that falls on the offensive line to kind of get things going and open holes and get things moving? And did you guys make any changes so you guys could score points?
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. It's 100% our job up front to get things moving on offense, whether it's run game or pass game. We just got to get in there and play good with our eyes and make sure we're opening up lanes and protecting the quarterback. I take responsibility personally. I think that I got to do a better job coming out at the beginning of the game, and we got to do a better job as a unit on offense. So that's all there is to it.
Any further questions for Case Cook? Andrew Kaufman?
Case, Coach Drinkwitz, afterwards made sure to, let everyone know that it's just one game out of 12. So how, as a leader on this team, do you communicate that message with the rest of your teammates?
Something bad happened. We lost the game. It's not what we wanted. All right, flush it. I think everybody, in this team has lost at something before. I know I have. So you just got to keep pushing, man. We lost. It didn't go our way. We didn't end up the way we thought it would, and it hurts. It's supposed to hurt, but, we're going to flush it after tomorrow after we watch the tape. And, life goes on. The season goes on, So our goal is still to win the SEC East, so that's still a possibility. So even with one loss in the East, so that's what we're trying to do. It's nothing stopping us from here.
And Benjamin Hodgman?
Real quick, just wanted to ask you about a positive in regards to your teammate Tyler Beatty. What impresses you about him, notably tonight?
Tyler does a phenomenal job. He's got great vision. He really runs hard. He's been doing a great job of being that guy for us, being that workhorse for us. So I'm really proud of Beatty, and I'm really proud of the things he's doing. Like I said earlier, us up front and myself personally, we got to do a better job of making sure we start fast so we can get guys like Beatty going earlier in the game.
Anything else for Case? Thanks so much, y'all. Safe travels home.